at number 30 a couple of years back was pretty damn good. So, I mean, seeing Ray come back, I was totally just fucking flabbergasted. Mostly because I keep up with New Japan. He had some stuff going on there, but I guess he had left and showed up at WWE. So I got to say that was a damn good return by Rey Mysterio into the Royal Rumble.
Most definitely.
Booyaka, booyaka!
We got the best debut of 2019. And this one was a tough one as well. We deliberated quite a few people, but ultimately it came down to this guy was being treated like shit in WWE up until he finally gave him the big fuck you. He debuted in Japan, and his debut there was fucking phenomenal. But we agreed that Moxley's AEW debut was the best debut of 2019.
Damn sure was. I mean, coming into New Japan and then just kicking ass over there, taking on great wrestlers like Juice Robinson and Lance Archer. And shut the fuck up. This is an award show. Don't you dare. But taking on great wrestlers like those names I just mentioned and doing everything he's done as soon as he came out of WWE and then heading over to AEW and just attacking Kenny Omega and having one of the best matches there of maybe not only the year, but maybe his career. It was been a great year, and it's been a great debut out of WWE for John Moxley. Unscripted violence has taken hold over AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Not at all. 2020 is going to be a hell of a year for Mr. Moxley. Can't wait to see what all unfolds in his storylines. So, this should be a fun ride. Indeed. Yeah. And up next, we're getting down to, some of the bigger awards here. So, trying to find what the next best category would be. Let's do the best tag team of the year. This one's going to the Undisputed Era. Shock the system. Said Undisputed holds all the gold in NXT right now. NXT's probably one of the best wrestling shows out right now, if not the best wrestling show right now. Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. I know I'm forgetting a dude. I don't know.
Roderick Strong.
Yes, there we go. They've been kicking ass all freaking year, so the Undisputed Era definitely deserves best tag team of the year. Going full Peter Griffin there, bro.
I'm not going to get into full debate, but I do see why you're saying that. Obviously, they have all the gold in NXT because it's such a great show. But I'm going to agree with you and give it to them just like you said, but next year, the Bucks are going to kick him off their fucking pedestal. They killed Adam Cole, so I don't even know how he should even be on this award show. He doesn't exist anymore.
The ghost of Adam Cole.
That's better. He's got to be like a Force ghost or something, which gives him his powers. Therefore, there's an asterisk by his championship wins.
Up next, we got the Rookie of the Year. And this one was a hard one as well, but it ultimately came down to the master of the coffin drop, one Mr. Darby motherfucking Allin.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got to be anybody, it's got to be Darby. I mean, we've seen a lot of great rookies break into the business this year in AEW, in NXT, in New Japan, and any other companies, Impact and stuff like that. But I got to say, if it's going to be a guy I'm going to give it to, it's got to be Darby. You haven't seen a character like that in a long time get onto the mainstream circuit and have as much success as he has had in 12 weeks with matches against Jericho, matches against Cody, matches against Moxley. Wins, losses, they do matter, but, in the grand scheme of things, as far as how we're judging this guy, and in a little bit of time that I've got to see him, God, I'm amazed and astounded. So, Rookie of the Year, 100%, 130% goes to Darby Allin and his sexy skateboard.
And his sexy skateboard.
Damn right, the skateboard gets its own Rookie of the Year.
He got the runner-up. It was Darby Allin and then the skateboard.
Damn right. That's why it was so tough.
Up next, we got the promo of the year. Again, amazing promos all over the map, every company this year. But one stood out way more than any other. You felt the emotion
thinking about it,
in this promo. Just thinking about it gives you goosebumps. If you haven't heard this promo, at the end of the night, after the award show wraps up here, if you haven't by chance heard this, look it up, because this promo was promoing at its fucking finest.
It was.
I will let Nick give the golden turnbuckle for this one.
Oh, when you want to talk about giving you goosebumps and stuff, I mean, the reason that this is, it might take me just a second to hand this turnbuckle off. This promo, and the promo we're talking about is the promo from Cody Rhodes. I can't remember which episode of Dynamite that it was, but it was the undesirable to undeniable promo. It was before Full Gear, I know that. He was about to take on Jericho, and he was talking about saying that if he lost, he would never challenge for the title again. And this promo just sums up. It's not only wrestling, but it can take you to other places. It can get with you on a level that you didn't know people could take words on a television screen in front of you, not having any idea who you are, not having any idea how you live your life, and still find a way to connect to you. Because it's really the truth when it comes down to it. Undeniable or undesirable to undeniable. He's taken himself, and these other guys, this troop of misfits, have taken themselves away from companies like the WWE, huge conglomerates who seen these guys as too small, too silly, not relevant, what have you, and he's taking them on a path not only by himself. He's not holding up this company alone, but he's a forefront. He's got a face on the front of the show. He's on the dollar bill there, and he's taken them from undesirable, and at this point, 12 weeks in, if anybody else is, they're ungoddamn deniable, and that's a fact. And
that is a fact.
That gets promo of the year, 110%.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it was great.
That's right. Top it off with a little bit of the bubbly. Hell yeah. Up next, we are going to do the Company of the Year.
Company of the Year.
I know a lot of people are probably about to hit the keyboard.
There's a swerve coming, though. There's a swerve coming.
AEW, right? But no, AEW, as great as they've been, it has only been 12 weeks. So we couldn't give AEW the Company of the Year this year. There is another company that has put out amazing quality matches all year. The Elite started there this year. We had the whole "is the Bullet Club okay" thing. We had great match after great match all year coming from New Japan.
And I know people are going to jump in the chat, or I got a few people who I was trying to get listening to the show who are huge AEW fans. I understand that, it's been 12 weeks, and look at what they've done in 12 weeks and all this. And you're right, I'm a huge AEW mark, and I probably will be for as long as they're alive, and hopefully they're alive for a long time. But the fact is, it's been 12 weeks. And I think by this time next year, we're going to see a huge fucking difference than what we're seeing now. And I think they're definitely going to be up for the runnings of Company of the Year. I can tell you it won't be WWE, but, we know that. But a sidebar, let me get away from, I'm digressing. New Japan Pro Wrestling has taken huge strides this year. They lost a lot of their big talent, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, all these guys left, and they went to start their own thing with All Elite Wrestling. And, not to blame them or anything, but New Japan kind of had a minute. They had to take a breath. And instead of falling back and secluding themselves and becoming a recluse, they've broadened their horizons. And now the New Japan Pro Wrestling here in the U.S. has taken off, and they've got whole sectors devoted to that, and they're getting that promotion going. Kazuchika Okada has got the title back on his shoulder and has never been stronger. You're seeing a huge, I would like to think, at least I'm seeing it online, especially on Twitter, a huge influx of New Japan Pro Wrestling fans coming out of the woodwork and getting to see their guys here at home a little more and trying to subscribe to the New Japan world. So I think they have taken the biggest strides. They've had a lot of great stuff this year. I believe they had a match of the year. I think it was Okada and Sonata, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just been a great year for them. So, without further ado, the Golden Turnbuckle for Company of the Year has got to go to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Definitely. And we're down to the final three.
The final three.
And so here we go. We will do the match of the year.
Match of the year!
That's right. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Knockout couch!
Hell yeah. Match of the year, hands down. You've heard us talk about the Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. We've mentioned a few other matches where the stars just align and you get the perfect storytelling, the perfect wrestling, just the perfect fucking match. And we got that this year. We got it in that Lucha Bros Young Bucks tag team match. This one happened to happen in a singles match.
Same show.
Same show.
Yeah,
it was, lightning struck twice that night. But this match was absolutely phenomenal. Another one on the edge of your seat, just fucking goosebumps. That coming from Cody and Dustin at Full Gear.
I mean, you want to talk about a battle of the ages. People always say they don't want to see brother versus brother. They don't want to see a brother beat up family. But when it comes down to it, that these guys know each other better than any other person in the world. And that's what wrestling comes down to, is how well you guys can mesh, how well the chemistry can go, and you guys can put together a great matchup. So I think that this match is match of the year because of the story it told, the Attitude Era being the bar, being the incomparable, brass fucking ring that you reach for as a wrestler, and Cody Rhodes saying, no, I'm better than that. No, I don't need that, and Dustin being that attitude guy, being somebody, forged in the fires of the Attitude Era with guys like Undertaker, Steve Austin, The Rock, and there's Goldust, and so Dustin Rhodes. So who better to put into a match with each other than these two guys representing their own eras in wrestling, the modern and the Attitude. And it was a phenomenal match. Phenomenal promos leading up to it. I have to say that when I've told people this year, hey, you should check out AEW, and they say, hey, where do I start? If you're a completionist, you can start from the beginning, but if you really want a place to start, you start with Dustin versus Cody at Double or Nothing. I mean, that's all there is to it. I guess that Sean, you still there, buddy? We may have lost Sean.
No, sorry. I couldn't have said it better myself. That match was just phenomenal all the way around.
Hey, Sean.
Again, if
Go ahead and I was trying to hold it until the end of the show, and I know we don't have long to go, but I really gotta take a leak. So you go ahead and announce the female. Save the male one for the final between the both of us, but go ahead and announce the female